Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you all how I get my face work done. So I'm now just doing my brows, and what I'm doing is I'm lining my brows. Next I'm filling it in with little and light strokes, and then I'm going in with my concealer to just clean everything in place. Next I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow primer to prime my eyes so that my eyeshadow can really pop out so well. And then I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow. First I'm going in with this brown transition color because the look I'm going to be doing is just a simple one color eyeshadow look. I'm applying this brown color on my crease area. Next I'm going to be using a dark pink shade on top of my eyelids, and I'm going to apply that so well so it should sit in properly. And next I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and just lightly blend the outer corners of the eyeshadow to just blend into the brown simultaneously. What I'm doing now is I'm just making sure that there are no harsh lines actually really seen or visible. Next I'm going to go in again with that pink eyeshadow. I'm just going to press that again into my eyelids to insist, and then I'm going to go in now with my eyeliner and then my mascara, and then I'm going to start the actual face work. So I already did my brows and my eyeshadow. I'm just going to go now onto the main thing, which is the face. So before you start doing your face, no matter the kind of skin type you have, be it dry or oily, you have to moisturize your face first. Very important. So I'm going to be using this moisturizer. It's a water-based moisturizer. It's always good to avoid moisturizer have a lot of oil. So this is a water-based moisturizer. I'm going to use this moisturizer, let it dry, then I go in with the next product. One very important thing with makeup, especially preparing your face for makeup, is when you apply any product, you have to be patient enough to leave it to dry, to set into the face before you go into the next product. If not, it's just going to mix up and it's going to create a mess. So I'm going to leave this one to dry on my face. Next I'm going to go in with my Pond's primer. This is a very mattifying primer. It helps to keep the foundation last long. It also helps to avoid a lot of oil production and setting. So I'm going to apply this on my face, and I'm applying just a little bit so it can blend well and melt into my face. When applying the primer, if the primer is a mattifying primer, you have to be very careful for it not to touch this area, the area under your eyelids, because when this area is so matte, you notice that your concealer will start creasing quickly. So you have to make sure that this place is not too matte. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my setting spray. I'm going to be using this Zickel Sealed Makeup Fixing Setting Spray. I'm going to just apply that all over my face and I leave it to dry. Everything you apply, after every step, you have to give it time for it to dry, because if you are not patient enough, you are going to just rip off the other products and it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be good. Everything is completely dry and is set in my face. I'm going to be using this Zickel foundation. Take note that your foundation has to be exactly the color of your skin. It shouldn't be too light or too dark. I even prefer the foundation being a little bit darker than for it to be too light, because you are going to go in with the highlight and it's going to be so white at the end if the foundation is not exactly your skin tone. So I'm going to go in now with that foundation. I'm going to start applying on my face. Now when you apply your foundation, if you did your brows and eyeshadow before every other thing, you have to make sure that you don't touch the brows. You have to make sure that you avoid the areas where the eyeshadow and brows are. What I'm doing doing is I'm tapping the foundation to sit on my skin. I'm not swiping, you're tapping it, because if you start swiping, you're going to be taking off the other products that are on. Okay, now after blending it and making sure everything is really smooth, there's this little trick I usually do. After applying my foundation, I go in again with a little bit of setting spray, just so that the foundation could really further sink in and be almost skin-like. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of setting spray again, and I'll allow that to dry and use my beauty blender and just tap again very lightly before I now go in with my concealer. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealer. Your concealer should be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. So I'm going to be using this concealer brush, and I'll apply that here. Next, I'm going to use my blender to just blend that out. Take note that when you want to blend the concealer at the bridge of your nose, you have to pinch your beauty blender, so it should really be small. If not, it's going to mess up everything. When blending your concealer, you have to make sure that it remains in the same position that you put it. Don't drag it down. You want to make sure that it actually stays in place exactly where it was put. Keep tapping. Dab. Then it's smooth finish. Blending the concealer, you have to do like this. If not, you are going to have harsh lines. So you have to straighten your face. Now when everything is smooth, I'm going to go into my powder palette, take a shade that is 1 shade lighter than my skin, and I set the concealer. I'm just pressing that to the skin. I'm setting all the areas where I apply concealer. Next step is I'm going to contour my face to bring more life and definition. To contour, I'm going to go in with this dark shade and just apply that at this area, at the bridge of my forehead, and then at the corners of my forehead, and then the corner of my nose. So I'm first going to start by contouring my cheekbones. This is the brush I'm using. You drag it to this point. I'm going to be using this brush to contour my nose. I start from up here, just slowly drawing a line right down to my nose, and repeat that again. And then I'll just blend that down again towards my nose. I'm doing the same on the other side of the nose. You have to blend it downwards to avoid any harsh lines. Do give setting powder. Now, after contouring my nose, I'm going to use setting powder and just apply that at these corners to snatch my nose further. I'm going to use a beauty blender, tap that into the setting powder, blow out the excess, and then I apply. Now, after contouring and highlighting, I'm going to go in again into the powder palette with a fat fluffy brush like this. I'm going to just use a shade that is exactly my skin tone to set all the other parts of my face. Tapping. I'm not sweeping, I'm tapping. I discovered that I lost some parts. What I did after setting my whole face, I just used a little bit of setting powder on top of this foam, and I just tap a little bit on this place and on this place, a straight line down to bring out the contour. Then I applied my blush next. This is the blush palette I was using. I went into this orange shade and I used this fluffy brush. I just tapped a little bit and I applied that softly on top of my cheeks like this. Next, I'm going to be dusting off all the excess powder on my face. Making sure I'm not touching my contour and my blush. Next, I'm going to go in with my setting spray and then I finish the eye look. When applying setting spray, don't be afraid. You have to be generous with it and keep it away from your face. Do not come too close. Next, I'm going to go in with my highlights. I'm going to tap a little bit of this brown highlights and apply that at the bridge of my nose. Just a little bit. Don't pack it. Don't put much. You don't need too much. A little bit will go a long way. And I'll do the same on top of my cheekbones. Next, I'm going to be using this black eyeliner to just line my waterline using this little brush. Next, I'm going to apply my lashes. Next, I'm going to be using these glitters to just modify my eyeshadow look. For my lipstick, I'm going to be blending these two shades to make an ombre look. I'm going to take the darker shade and align my lips. To go in now with this pink shade, apply that at the center. Using my blending brush, I'm just going to blend that out like this. Next, I'm going to go in with my lip gloss. I'm going to be using this brush to apply that. So this is the final look. I felt like the lighting wasn't really doing justice, so I decided to go out to show you all how it looks finally.